Hello and welcome back. Before we begin, I just need to let you know that you will hear my birds in this video and you might hear footsteps because I'm not alone at the moment. So yeah, I apologize. I hope that I can still manage to make this relaxing. But anyway, today's film is a Danish thriller mystery from 1994 called Nightwatch. It was directed by this person whose name I will not butcher, and stars Kim Bodnia, who you might recognize from the Pusher film series if you like Nordic movies. And we have Nikolaj Coster-Waldau, who plays the main character, Martin. I've never watched Game of Thrones, but I think that's what he's best known for. So, when the film begins, we're shown two couples enjoying dinner together. Martin's girlfriend is named Kalinka, and his close friend Jens is dating Lottie. After chatting for a bit, they turn on the news and learn that another prostitute has been murdered. A suspected serial killer has been at large, and he's been targeting sex workers. Martin has just been hired as a night watchman at a morgue. He needs this job to pay for law school. Kalinka is a bit uncomfortable about it, but a job is a job. On his first day, he's shown the ropes by the current watchman, who is a bit odd and evasive about his resignation, but he reveals to Martin that one of the previous employees was fired for necrophilia. Martin begins working there, and all sorts of inexplicable things begin happening. These occurrences are going to bleed into his personal life, and he and his friends will become embroiled in a situation none of them were prepared for. To make matters worse, the killer will claim another victim, and it's going to leave an indelible mark in each of their lives. I enjoyed this movie, but I didn't enjoy it as much as I thought I would. It kept me tense and interested, but the ending really irritated me because it was very random and inconsistent with the story. It kind of felt rushed. Apparently, this movie has a bit of black comedy interspersed in it, but I didn't really pick it up, and I attribute that to the language barrier. This movie is considered a thriller, so that's what I was expecting, and I need to be in a specific mood for black comedy. I had to suspend disbelief quite a few times, and again, that's something that I have to be in the right mood for. That's pretty much why I avoid action or romance films. I hate how over the top and nonsensical they can be. I didn't like any of the characters. Jens was insufferable and slightly sociopathic. Then Martin was a dimwit, and for someone who was studying law, he was way too irresponsible. Every time there was a scene with just the two of them, I got aggravated because I couldn't stand their dynamic, and the dumb things they did really frustrated me. I don't want to keep finding faults with this one, but my biggest gripe is that some of the scenes involving females kinda horrified me. Jens is a thrill junkie and prankster, so he lets off steam at Lottie's expense, and it was very emotionally abusive at times. A big part of this movie is actually tied into Jen's weird little games, and if he hadn't involved Martin in them, a lot of unfortunate things could have been prevented. But the truth is that almost everyone in this movie is an idiot. I'm sorry. I mean it. Not my apology. They're actually idiots. There's an offensive scene with Martin, Jens, and a prostitute, and there's nothing explicit, but it still manages to be degrading. I fucking hate bullies and sociopaths, and Jens has this weird sadistic streak to him. I would recommend this movie. It's good for when you need something dark but don't feel like watching horror, and it has a nostalgic feel to it. It reminds me of all the really good thrillers from this time and the early 2000s. Nordic films can be extra creepy, and this one is no exception. I really appreciated the plot twist, and I think it's the best thing about this movie. It completely took me by surprise. If you figure things out early on, don't come for me. I just looked at things through a certain lens and it misled me. The movie held my interest for so long, and I attribute that to all the weird twists and turns. At one point, I even wondered if there was something paranormal going on. There isn't, and I liked how that was the initial direction of the film. I give this 3 out of 5 stars, but I don't see myself rewatching it anytime soon. This was remade in 1997 by the same director, but with a different cast, and it's in English. It has Ewan McGregor as the main character, and I think that was a good choice because every time I looked at Nikolai, I was reminded of McGregor. They could easily be brothers or cousins. This does have a bit of gore in it, but it's not over the top, so if you also need a break from very disturbing things, this might be an option for you, but don't hate me if it freaks you out. This would be considered tame for horror junkies, so if you're sensitive and don't like gore, obviously don't watch this. That's about all I have to say. I want to thank you as always. I like to reserve my more in-depth reviews for movies I liked, and yeah, I felt neutral about this, so I hope you enjoyed it either way. And again, I apologize for my birds. They shouldn't be an issue in the next video. Until next time, bye.